Let's bring in our next guest, former Clovis Mayor Pat Wynne. How's it going?
Hey, it's going
nice
great.
to see you, Pat. You're here to talk about the Clovis Botanical Gardens.
Yes.
First of all, how come nobody knows that you guys have a botanical garden out there?
That's their problem. We've been out there for about 12 years. I think a lot of people in Clovis know, but that's another reason I'm here. To
Where's
try
it
to inform the
located?
public. We're located on Clovis and Alluvial at the very north end of the Dry Creek Park. And if you go into the park and you look north, you'll see our famous Poppy Gate. I think we have a picture of it around here.
You have a Poppy Gate?
We call it, I know it sounds like a scandal, but it's not.
The Poppy Gate. Get it? Okay.
A welder who's an artist by the name of Rural Darling welded these beautiful California poppies right down the front of the gate. I mean, that alone is worth going out to see.
Did we get a picture of that?
Yeah, I sent you one.
Can I look at it again myself? Wow, look at
Isn't
that.
gorgeous?
Beautiful. Is this open every day?
It is open from Wednesday to Sunday. We open at 9 in the morning and we close at 4 o'clock in the evening.
Is there a cost to get in?
No, there isn't.
Whoa.
It's absolutely free to the public. Now, we do rely on grants and public donations. We got the land from the city of Clovis.
How big? How much land?
We got 3 acres, and the idea was to develop the first acre and see how that went, and it went very, very well. And now we're reaching out into the other 2 acres, and we've got a couple of events that are showcasing that coming up that I'd like to have a chance to tell you
Why
about.
don't you tell me all about them?
Well, first of all, we started out with the idea of showcasing the kind of plants that do well here in the Central Valley. We call them Central Valley friendly. A lot of people think we're just a bunch of little old ladies out there planting the garden. Well, that's far from the truth, let me tell you. What we're trying to do...
It's wild out there, huh?
It's wild out there. Things that do well here in the Central San Joaquin Valley would be drought tolerant, would be tolerant of frost, that sort of thing. So we've taken on the task of educating people about water-wise gardens. Now, you say that, and everybody's eyes kind of glaze over, and they think that you're talking about some gray-green, thorn-covered thing that only a kangaroo rat could possibly love. And I've got several photographs here of things that are growing in the garden, and we want to demonstrate to the public that you can have low-water plants and still have a very beautiful yard.
When you're talking low water, Pat, how much low water are we talking about?
Well, it varies, but it's not like your fescue lawn. It's not like roses, and you won't find a large rose garden. But they're things that you could water once a week, which may be all the city lets you water, and they're going to survive.
Does a rose garden take a lot of water?
Oh, you betcha.
Is that why we don't have one like every other big city in America?
Well, you probably got a few out at Roding Park, but you may not have it past this summer because there's just not the water for it. But there's so many other things that you can do. This Saturday, we're having our signature event called the Spring Into Your Garden, where you can actually purchase low water plants. You can come and you can view them growing in the garden and see how beautiful, and get ideas for your yard. You know, we're not fanatics. We don't go around in black suits at night and rip up people's fescue lawns and things like that. But our message
Have
is...
you thought about it?
Occasionally. But I have a small fescue lawn. I took out the one in my backyard. So the idea is, if you like those roses, plant them up near your patio where you can see them, but then put in these other things. And then you can put the water on the roses, and the other things are going to live through this summer.
The low water plants, they're generally low maintenance too, right?
They're quite low maintenance. Many of them will survive the frost, so they won't freeze. They'll just do very well here in the San Joaquin Valley all year long. And
some go underground and come back every spring.
That's right. But this Saturday at the garden, now there is a $5 charge for this, but we will have the plants available for purchase. We will have the master gardeners will be out there to answer your questions about the planting and about low water gardening. You're going to have groups like Metropolitan Flood Control to answer watering questions. So in this drought year, we're providing you all kinds of information, plus a beautiful, beautiful garden to walk through and see what you can do, but learn to work with low water plants so that come September, you won't have a dried up yard.
Right.
We've got to start conserving water. We've got to save it. Everybody said if we have another drought year, we're going to be in a crisis. Well, here it is, friends, and we are in a crisis. People are going to have to do something about it. So this is a wonderful opportunity. We do have a barbecue out there later on. Eleanor Teague is going to come out
Nice.
and give a talk, so she'll be worth seeing. And we have a brand new Mediterranean garden that we're opening up. Just opened up. We're going to do a ribbon cutting on that.
That's another low water.
And this is something else that we're doing. We're doing gardens that are in the temperate zone from around the world. We've just got a grant from Central Valley Water Conservation Group. They gave us a $7,000 grant. So these are plants that are grown in the Mediterranean area. We've got an Australian garden that's supposed to open up. We've just opened up our South African and Chilean garden, and we will be opening up a few others. And then on May 14th, we have our big fundraiser. We call this Around the World in 80 Bites. So in each of these specific gardens, you can go and get a sample of food that's popular in that area, wine or beer that's popular. Now we're doing a big event since we're just opening the Mediterranean garden. Albert J. Hernandez, who is the Untamed Chef, is going to come and do a paella demonstration at 6 o'clock, and everybody will get to eat some paella. You'll get to sample some Italian and Greek wines and some baklava. You can move on to the South African garden, and we have a South African group who was cooking some South African food there. You can get small samples of tamales in our southwestern garden, and you can get some Chilean-type food in our Chilean garden, accompanied with wine or beer from that part of the country. Once again, we call it Around the World in 80 Bites.
That sounds like fun. What
it's
is that?
Good. We've done it once before. It's May 14th of this year.
That's a Saturday?
That's a Thursday.
Thursday.
That's a Thursday. It's from 5 to 8 o'clock, and it won't cost you $25 to come in. You can go through all of our different gardens. You can sample different wines.
$25.
and
Everything else is
and
included.
everything else is included. Yes,
Ooh, they
indeed.
could lose money on us.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
I have a feeling, especially with the Italian wines, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Now let's get back to this. Ex-Clovis mayor.
Yes.
What made you want to be a mayor of Clovis?
Well, I was on the city council. I sort of ran at the encouragement of some of my friends with a neighborhood issue, and much to my horror and the horror of a number of other people, I got elected.
How long were you mayor?
I was mayor 1 term and city council person for 3 terms.
So you grew up in Clovis?
Pretty well, no. I grew up in Fresno, moved to Clovis in 1978.
Okay, well, that's a long time. In
Yeah.
1978, you've seen Clovis change quite a bit.
I've seen Clovis change, yes, quite a bit.
They've done a
But
lot
I
of
think
great changes out there, haven't
I think we've
they?
done a good job with handling the growth in Clovis, yes. And it's a challenge. You don't want to shut your city down, and I heard a gentleman once say the only thing that the people hate more than urban sprawl is density. So you've somehow got to balance your growth and your density. But I think the council, I haven't been on the city council since 2003. I retired, just kind of got tired of it after a while.
You ever
Big
think
job.
about going back?
No. I'm really enjoying things like the volunteer work that I'm doing. I just retired from Community Medical Center, although I work there part-time now or per diem. But no, I have no desire to go back into politics.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can't wait to get out to the Clovis Botanical Gardens. It's Tuesday. You guys aren't open, but you'll be open tomorrow?
We'll be open tomorrow.
I'm there tomorrow. I'm not going to wait another day.
Well, we'll have you out and give you a personal tour.
Nice.
But you have to wait until the 14th for that Italian wine.
You got it.
Okay.
Pat Wynne from Clovis Botanical Gardens. Awesome. We're going to take a quick commercial break.